Hello, thank you for tuning in, and welcome back to another unboxing and build. This time, we'll be looking at the Char's Zaku 2 that was recently released. This iteration of the Pink Comet, yes, you heard that right, Pink Comet, because obviously it's in pink. You wouldn't think that it was red now, would you? Anyway, I would consider this a revive of the original HGUC kit. And it didn't go the regular route of the other revives such as the Gyan, which had slimmer proportions. This instead went for a more anime accurate look, and apparently skipped on the panel lines. Taking a look at the manual, you'll see the completed mobile suit in all of its pink glory. Now the kit does look like a Kunio Okawara sketch. Pretty good, I'd say. Lacking panel lines though. Lots of posability here in the back. And below, I would assume that they're posing it next to the RX-78 Revived. And if you don't believe this kit is pink, just look at the paint guide. It says pink. Colored on one side. Let's see the assembly of the skirt armor and the regular Zaku equipment, the Heat Hawk, the bazooka, and the rifle. I wonder how different this would be from the Origins kit. Moving on, let's build. This here is the rubber parts. Very soft indeed, very squishy. Knowing rubber, you'll know that it's impossible to paint with regular paint. You'll need a special type of coat, I guess, that sticks to rubber. But once the rubber moves, it's gonna peel off anyway, so probably stick with the... Here's the sticker, the one and only mono eye sticker. The pink parts. Get the obvious feet, ties, and shield parts for the Zaku. Multicolored parts. You get the inner frame gray parts. Looking pretty nice. Half of this runner will be duplicated, as you can see here. And you have the weapon parts as well, along with hands. Now, let's try and nip these rubber parts. Okay, so nippers are not gonna cut it. If any of you know of a better way to remove these rubber parts besides using scissors, or how to clean them up afterwards, do let me know in the comments. Now here is one big problem with rubber parts. If you accidentally tear them, you can't sand them down or make them clean, and painting's gonna be difficult. This part's fine, but this side not really. Now I'm kinda worried about these other nubs. By the way, the hoses are also slightly rubbery. Squishy rubber parts. Let's build the head. There's a gimmick here. You can move the mono eye, just like the Origins kit. Do note that this kit only comes with one head part, and that is to accommodate the commander antenna, so you can't make any regular pink Zakus. Let's build the arms now. Very satisfying click. This part just slides in, and then you'll push it in with another click. I'm liking the sounds from all those clickings. By the way, if you're new to the channel, it would be much appreciated if you gave a like and wrote a little comment at the bottom. And if you enjoy watching builds like these, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as every single subscription lets me know if I'm going on the right path, making reviews and builds for others, which you actually enjoy. So with that said, I hope you subscribe. Moving on with the build, we're building the shoulder parts now. The shoulders are different on each side. This is the left shoulder, and this is the right shoulder that holds the spiky armor. The build to this point is pretty straightforward and simple. If you've built Zaku's before, you probably won't even need the manual. You'll know where each part is going. Just kidding, it's slightly new, so looking at the manual is always a good thing. I did notice that some parts require more convincing to get in, such as these spikes. And later on, this entire armor piece. There is no click when you assemble it, it just slides in, and I'm pretty worried that it'll drop off. Let us move on to the hip joints. The leg assembly is rather straightforward, with parts just going on top of each other as they should. This is a very sturdy joint indeed. Just by building it, you know that it's gonna hold a lot of poses really well. The armor goes on afterwards, and be sure to have the correct set of armor for the correct side of the leg, as you'll need to assemble the pipes later on. And as always, the pipes point outwards. Now assembling the pipes, the square part goes into the thighs, while the slightly rounded part enters the calves. You'll have to bend the legs first, and then force them in like that, and straighten the legs. If you've built the Origins kits, it's very familiar. You've got good bends in these legs. Now let us assemble the torso, starting with the lower torso first. We have a joint over here, which probably provides some side-to-side swivel for the body, which is a first in high-grade Zaku's, I would believe. Side to side. The backpack will hold the pipes in place. These are the shoulder joints. They'll facilitate the arm extension movement. They seem rather sturdy. I doubt they'll ever pop off. Now, let us put the head on. Nice range of movement, if you ask me. The rubber parts, they go on top of each other like this, and this holds them in place. You can always swap them out for the plastic parts, but let's take a look at how they function. I assume that Bandai was thinking of allowing more ease of movement for the legs, where you can just swing out or in any other direction without being hindered by the armor. Putting the kit together, it seems that these rubber parts really do facilitate better movement for the legs. With the plastic part, you won't be able to swing the leg backwards like this. Overall, posability is amazing. Let's move on to the weapons. Very simple machine gun. Let's see how simple it is with the bazooka. And that's about it. Oh, almost forgot the handle. they do provide you with 2 trigger fingers, one for each hand. Pretty nice. Dual wielding is definitely not going to be a problem. Now, my final thoughts of this kit. It's great that Bandai has given us a new HGUC Zaku, since we did get about 3 RX-78s just this year: the Origins, the G40, and the Beyond Global. So that's a lot of RX-78s, and if you ask me, that's not enough love for the Zaku. So I'm glad that they actually made a Zaku 2 high grade. However, despite the rubberized parts and the extra articulation that they did provide with the kit, it just doesn't stack up to the RX-78s that we've seen. I mean, I was expecting something that would showcase the ingenuity and engineering of the Beyond Global. And I'm hoping that they will make a Zaku 2 that would be on par with the G40. Because when you compare this kit to the Origins line of Zakus, you'll notice that it is lacking in some aspects, especially panel lines and detail all over the kit. Sure, it wins in the articulation side, but I would have preferred if they had made a Zaku 2 kit that would reflect the engineering and thought put into the G40 and Beyond Global. It would only be fair, And here's hoping that there is a Zaku 3.0 or a Master Grade Gundam The Origins Zaku coming down the line. But we can always wish, and Bandai being the company that they are, they're not obliged to obey our wishes, actually. So we can just hope. As fans, we can just hope. So that's it for my video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And as always, see you in the next video.